Hey, what's up everyone? So, spoiler alert, the Oculus Quest is now called the Meta Quest. Yes, that's right, just a week after Facebook changed their name to Meta, we already start to see the first glimpses of the rebrand from Oculus to Meta. Crazy. It's unbelievable to see it happen in reality, you know, and it's here. And it's here to stay. Yes, if you check the Oculus blog post, then you can see that an image appeared for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, where the Meta Quest is now making its first appearance, the name Meta Quest. So it is still kind of surreal to see it in combination with the Oculus shape above it, but a collaboration with Disney is big, you know, so a lot of people are going to see this new name and they are probably not even going to recognize the shape in the middle and identify it as the Oculus logo. So yes, this is huge. This is huge. This is a new step, a start of a new era. As you may know, last week during Facebook Connect, Mark Zuckerberg revealed that they were officially going to rebrand the Facebook name to Meta. Well, they just did it on the spot. And according to Mark, the name change is meant to reflect the company's ambitions on building their own metaverse. And with that, he also said that they will begin moving away from the name Facebook over the course of the year into 2022. And this includes the Oculus hardware. What we saw in today's blog post tells us that Facebook, aka Meta, isn't planning to take it slow on making the Oculus brand disappear. I'm sure you didn't expect this to happen this fast, but a few days ago, I already predicted this. There will soon be a major push, marketing and branding wise, for Meta. And then only us early adopters in the VR bubble will remember the good old days.
Holy mackerel, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know, but honestly, seeing it for the first time on my computer screen on my phone is still so weird, so surreal, as I said before, like you ended up in an alternate universe or something. Yeah, as I said previously, I totally understand why they are moving forward with this name. They bought the Oculus name and brand and company, everything basically, 5 years ago, but it always kept feeling like something they owned, but didn't necessarily create themselves, you know? With Meta, they completely want to change that mindset and go for a complete reboot by building their own metaverse and identity. Plus, the Oculus brand never really lost its gaming vibe. Well, Facebook wanted it to be more than that, more mature, more serious, and they wanted it to be a social, productive, fitness and an entertainment platform. And they did try to turn that around, but most people still associated Oculus hardware with gaming. And you can't blame them because it partly kickstarted the whole VR craze. In 2016, when VR headsets were finally available for consumers to buy, games such as Super Hot, Lone Echo, Rec Room, Arizona Sunshine, Job Simulator, The Gallery, The Lab, Robinson the Journey, H3VR, VR Chat, I could go on forever, left a huge legacy that can still be felt today. People are still talking about these games and are revisiting them too. But as you may know, the time has come that the metaverse is ready to be much more than that, and that's why you see Facebook making these changes. It slowly starts to become a digital recreation of the real world, but with endless possibilities of who you want to be and what you can experience. A mixed reality version that we'll be able to jump into with VR and AR glasses/headsets. And if you want to learn more about what it's going to be like, then check my video about the future of the metaverse. A link can be found in the description or just click on the info tab above. Have fun, it's going to blow your mind. Anyways, what it comes down to is that Meta wants to own a big chunk of the VR market. So it's not going to stop at just a simple image on a blog post in collaboration with, Disney. We're going to see a major push marketing-wise for Meta. I mean, it's almost time for the holiday season, so I'm sure there are loads of curious consumers who are lining up to buy their very first headset. So those will have to be educated on what they are buying into, with Meta's Metaverse being the core idea. If it's not this year, then it's going to happen next year. We're going to see the packaging change of the headsets and accessories. Everywhere you're going to see commercials that excite people for the so-called Meta Quest. Demo stations in shops will get an overhaul, and Oculus, their social media channels, will change too. It already started as we speak, because when you look closely, you can notice that on Oculus, their Twitter, their Instagram, YouTube and Facebook page, they now refer to the Oculus Quest as just the Quest. Well, a few weeks ago, the term Oculus was still being used literally in front of everything, but now you have to try hard to even find the Oculus shape, the logo or the name anywhere. It will be the same story for the Oculus website, its digital store and the apps. Even communities have to adapt, like the Oculus subreddit or the many groups that we see on Facebook. I myself as a YouTuber has to get used to this name. I might still here and there drop Oculus, but it will mostly be for historical or nostalgic reasons only. I still can't believe I'm saying this, but it's true. Everyone has to move with this change, and they can decide to fall behind and just kind of, stick with the Oculus brand, but as I said, soon no one is going to remember it anymore. It's a huge operation to do a name change from a brand that became so synonymous with this mind-blowing technology. Don't get me wrong, but with VR not being mainstream yet, it won't be long before people associate Meta with virtual reality. And on top of that, Meta is planning to open physical stores where you can step into to experience their hardware and take it home. I totally believe in the concept of these next level shops, as people have to experience VR to understand its potential. As I have seen them with my own eyes when I traveled to China, I do think that these are going to be an important key in making VR more mainstream. So I'm intrigued to see the impact of those on a larger scale starting in the United States. So yeah, there you go. Oculus isn't gone completely, but it is disappearing. So be prepared for more surprises in the upcoming weeks and months. If you want to feel nostalgic and see me cry on video about Oculus, then you should definitely watch my video on the future of the Metaverse, as I also dive deeper into what the now old brand meant to me personally. Despite Meta wanting to expand their platform to more than just gaming content, I do hope they are going to treat games as still one of the most important factors of their lineup. I don't want it to be an afterthought. With the original Oculus Rift, there was tons of innovation, but when the Quest arrived, we started to see less and less new games, but ports we already played on other headsets. Of course, that wasn't the case for folks who just bought their Quest and it was their first VR experience. Those didn't notice that whole, thing going on. But for me, I could see where all these games came from. So on the other side, I do have to give them credits, because it does seem to change now. There is a growing trend of investing lots of money into classic pancake games and turning them into VR titles. And that's a good one, because it's something VR definitely needs right now to attract the mainstream gamers. But I do hope that Meta is going to balance this out with other experiences that have actually been built with VR in mind and are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Not only that, Meta needs to make sure they give their customers a roadmap of what to come. I've said it before and I will say it now: content, perspective, and consistency is key if you want to keep gamers on your platform for the long term. I'm serious, if they don't step up their game fast, they will lose a lot of customers to Sony and their next generation PlayStation VR. They are trying to stop that from happening by, for example, announcing this game.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is in development for Quest 2. This new version of what I think is one of the greatest games ever made will offer players an entirely new way to experience this iconic open world in virtual reality.
That's it, Mark. I'm moving to the Metaverse.
Time will tell if that's enough to stop the hype train that is called the PSVR 2. See what I did there? Of course, we shouldn't forget that they also have other things in the works, like Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell, but I'm sure Sony also has a lineup of killer titles that they are going to roll out when they launch the headset. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen between these two big companies, but I do think Sony has a big chance of competing with Meta if we are talking about video games. Although over the course of last year and also this year, it seems like Meta is more focused on the social and the productivity side of things than gaming. So they might be sleeping on the job, or they are just laying low until Sony launches their PlayStation VR 2 and then they suddenly have all these epic titles to compete with. Who knows? Time will tell. To round up this video, I just want to say that I love to play games, but I also like to hang out with my friends and discover new worlds, work out in VR, be productive in my infinite office, and sometimes I just want to simply watch movies on a floating couch in outer space, eating virtual popcorn. So I totally understand where they are coming from. With that being said though, I am terrified but also excited to see what Meta has in store for us. I hope that with the help of their community, with my help, the Quest and future hardware and software, we'll create an open metaverse that everyone can access and share, one that is owned by us all. It's going to be so much fun to see if that's actually going to become a reality, a virtual reality. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of all of this. I just wanted to kind of throw this out there, update everyone who is interested in what's going on with Oculus and now Meta. And this is also a time capsule that we can look back at and be like, whoa, so back then we were still trying to get used to the Meta name. What the heck? So yes, that's all. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see you in the Metaverse, and bye-bye for now. Oh yeah.